Hey guys, so I'm gonna finish showing you what I'm making for dinner. I'm gonna start my rice, and I also am gonna start some cornbread. I was going to make some sautéed cabbage, but I think I'm gonna save it for a different day. Just because I think I want to make like a cabbage casserole. I'm just using this cornbread I got from Big Lots. It's just this Marie Callender's organic cornbread. I really like it because it's just add water compared to like Jiffy Mix. Jiffy Mix you usually have to add like an egg and milk, and this one's organic. It's not as cheap as Jiffy Mix, but it also makes a pretty big bowl. So I mean, this is my bowl. Move you back a little bit. So it makes a good, decent sized pan. So I'm just going to pour it in here. I have my oven preheated to 375, but that's just what the directions called for. So if you use like a different mix, then you'd want to do that differently. Another thing I do, the girls really like sweet cornbread, so I try to put honey on it. So you don't spin it out when it's done. I like the way like it tastes and stuff. And this is just the wildflower. I forget how much this was. I think 3 something, maybe 4 something at Aldi's. And all I do is this really thin drizzle. Back and forth. And I do a couple of this. It's like a fast, thin drizzle. And when you do the fast one, it comes out like a thinner. I don't know if you can see, kind of. Can you see that? What this does in the oven is it crystallizes and gets like really like not gooey but sugary, and has like a nice crisp crust a little bit. Kind of like a if you ever eat muffins and they have like sugar on top of the muffins, it's kind of like the same thing. Here is my carrot. Hey, stop it. Alright, anyways, had a mommy moment. The girls are throwing stuff at each other. So, this is my carrot cake banana bread. I showed it earlier. This is what it looks like with cream cheese frosting. I put some more nuts on it. Ariel decided to try to get her own piece. That's why there's like a chunk out the middle. The girls did have it, and I did have it for a snack. It's pretty good. But I am out of vanilla, which is like, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have made the frosting. So I made the frosting. It was out of vanilla. So the frosting is Greek yogurt, cream cheese. So it's pretty tangy. So, but the carrot cake is awesome. If I would have vanilla in it, it wouldn't be so tangy. I'm going to check on my crock pot and see how that is. In the crock pot again is the pork, zucchini, the tomato sauce, and I put some onion, garlic in here, and a red potato. So I'm going since about 3 o'clock, and it is almost 6 o'clock now, and I added the zucchini and the potato at 5, and it's 5:40 right now. So you can see, I don't want to steam it up too much, but it's a lot of liquid in here. And that's why I'm serving it over rice. If you were to make this in a pan, you wouldn't have all that liquid. I put a lot of liquid because I want to kind of like boil the pork a little bit to like soften it, because it says pork stew meat. But it looks like everything, the zucchini looks done. Just want to check the potatoes. Oh yeah, falling apart done. You can see that. Let me try to grab another one and show you. See the zucchini? Pork goes right through. Oh, there's a potato. Pork goes right through. So this is done. I'm actually going to take a potato out or a zucchini in a couple minutes and check like the sauce and stuff. Make sure it's good. Yeah, that is good. That's just going to simmer away. I have it on low now. When I put the zucchini and stuff in, I did put it on low. Alright, sorry if I'm like bouncing the camera around. I'm still trying to get a hold of this like tripod and get like in a position where you can see everything at the same time. Hey! So I'm going to put a little bit of coconut oil. You can use vegetable oil, whatever you want. I'm going to make my rice. I just use coconut oil. The only thing I don't like about this coconut oil is how it like drips down the jar. And like your jar gets all oily. I'm going to turn it on to about 6.5, which is like medium high if you have like a gas stove. And this is how I make my rice. Everyone makes rice differently, I feel like. I use jasmine rice. I feel like it cooks the best, it tastes the best. I get mine at Aldi's. So it's the same Aldi's. I get this big bag. This is, I believe, a 5-pound bag of jasmine rice. This is usually at Aldi's. I think it's like around, I think it's like around $3.99 at Aldi's. Again, this is the jasmine rice. I'm going to add 1 cup of the rice in my pan. Brown it a little bit till it kind of gets like translucent and really, really light golden brown. Not all of them will get golden brown. Just some of them. And then the other ones will be like translucent. I want to brown it for 2 to 3 minutes. Some people brown it as long as like 5 minutes. But it's brown as good as you want. And then so I use 1 cup of rice. So I'm going to use 2 cups of water. And then I'm going to add in a tablespoon of Knorr seasoning. I use the Knorr chicken bouillon. I think it gives it better flavor. So if you don't want to use that, you can always just replace the water with like homemade chicken stock, whatever kind of chicken stock you have on hand. So I'm just going to get this rice brown, and once it's the color that you want, I'll bring you back to show you the color. Alright, so I swear this is part of being a mother. The girls were, well, Ariel was fine, but Rosalie was climbing all over the kitchen table. So my rice got a little too toasted. This is not really the color that you want. It's not going to hurt it, but you kind of want it like, see how some of it is kind of like clearish looking on the spoon, and then some is like that golden white color, and then some is really round. So you can see that better. Like kind of like clearish. So what I'm going to do now is add in 2 tablespoons of my Knorr. And the reason I'm adding 2 is 1 tablespoon of this equals, not that much. 1 tablespoon of this equals 1 cup of chicken broth, and I'm going to add in 2 cups of water. And then I usually add in a little sprinkle of regular salt. That is really salty, but sometimes if the rice, sometimes it's really bland, so it doesn't use much salt. So I just stir the seasoning in. This seasoning tends to clump a lot, so because of the clumping, you really want to stir it in really good. Make sure there's no big clumps of it in there. And then add in your 2 cups of water. And then also into the next process, what you want to do is you want to put this on, leave it on the medium until it comes to a full rolling boil. I mean, you want this boiling. And as soon as this boils, give it a really, really good stir. Make sure there's absolutely no clumps in it. And then after you stir it really good, put a lid on it and turn it down to low. So on my stove, I have the electric stove. It's on 6-7 right now. I will turn it on 2, and then I turn on my timer for 20 minutes. And I let it sit with the lid on number 2 for 20 minutes. Then when it's done, I turn it off. I take the lid off, and then I take a fork. And you want to stir it with a fork. And kind of like pull up. So like you dig your fork in and then pull up. Dig your fork in and pull up. That kind of like fluffs your rice. And that's what makes good fluffy rice. It's not going to be sticky. It's not going to be wet. It's not going to be gooey. It's going to be like perfect rice. Fluffy. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till this boils, put a lid on it. And while that's working, my cornbread is still in the oven going. Probably have about 10-15 more minutes on it. I'm just going to do a couple chores around the house and get ready for dinner. And I will probably wait until Francisco comes, because today's Saturday, so he comes home to eat for me, but I will probably show you what the girls' looks like. Pork looks like it's the pork again with the pork chunks, the can of the tomato sauce, potatoes, zucchini, the caldo de tomato, salt, and that's over my white rice, which is right here. It's over that, and then some of the cornbread. Here's what the cornbread looks like after it's cooked with the honey, if you wanted to know. And then Francisco's eating his with tortillas, and he's eating his like kind of like a soup, like he has like more broth because there's like a lot of broth, and he's eating his like with all the broth. I don't like broth, so mine's like that. And that is what we are having tonight for dinner. Sunday night for dinner, we're having Trader Joe's pot stickers, some sauteed bok choy, baby bok choy with garlic. I just sauteed in a little bit of coconut oil, then the garlic, then the bok choy with salt, and some spring rolls. The spring rolls are from, what's it from? Dollar Tree. They're just these spring rolls. And then these are the pot stickers, pork and vegetable from Trader Joe's. And then for the kids, they have some lo mein noodles with some lo mein sauce. I don't really like it, neither does Francisco. It's like really sweet tasting. It doesn't really taste like lo mein. And then we just had some soy sauce for dipping the pot stickers. And then we're drinking Crush tonight. And that is what is for dinner.